Hello everyone. In this lecture we are going to learn about asexual reproduction in organisms. To start with introduction, reproduction is a process in which an organism reproduces to give rise to the young individuals, which are also called as offsprings, which exactly resemble to that of their parents. So why reproduction is considered to be the most essential process? Because it ensures the continuous production of species generation after generation. There are two kinds of reproduction you can see here. The first type is the asexual reproduction and the second type is the sexual reproduction. In this lecture, we are going to learn about only the asexual reproduction in case of living organisms. So there are 5 types of asexual reproduction. So let us learn one by one. And the first type include the binary fission. In case of binary fission, a parental cell divides into 2 or more identical or similar cells. As you can see here in this picture, this is a parental cell. After division, it forms the 2 daughter cells. And these 2 daughter cells exactly resemble to that of their parental cell in terms of their size. The examples include amoeba and euglena. The second type is the budding. In this case, an organism produces small bud-like outgrowth. You can see this is a small bud-like outgrowth which remains attached to the parental cell until it is fully grown. It means that this small bud has the capacity to grow into a new organism. Examples include yeast. This is a yeast picture, which is a unicellular organism. The similar case is found in case of hydra, which is a freshwater organism. And also you can see this bud-like structure in case of cactus and corals. In case of hydra, this is a bud. You can see here. Moving on to the third type, which is a fragmentation. Here an organism breaks into smaller pieces, each of which can grow into a new individual. Basically, this is a parental cell. This parental cell undergo division to form different smaller fragments. These are the smaller fragments, and each these fragments has the capacity or the tendency to develop into a new individual. This case is seen in case of filamentous green algae. Example include the Spirogyra, and also you can see in case of fungi, flatworms, sponges, echinoderms and succulent plants. So moving on to the fourth type, which is sporogenesis. In this case, it is a process in which the spores are produced in certain organisms such as plants, fungi and some protists. It means that through the means of spores, the reproduction is going to takes place. The term sporogenesis means the synthesis of spores. Okay, so through the synthesis of or the production of spores, the reproduction is going to takes place, and from the spores the new individuals are going to coming out. You can see in case of amoeba, this amoeba cells undergo divisions to produce numerous spores, and these individual spores has the capacity to develop into a new amoeba cell. This is a spore case, okay, which is enclosed by a spore. So how you can define the spores? Spores are reproductive structures which are usually present in air, having a protective coat, and it can develop into a new individual under suitable conditions. This is in case of fungi. Okay, this is a conidiophore which bears numerous conidia, and each of these conidia has the tendency to develop into a new aspergillus fungi. The other examples includes ferns, protistans, fungi, etc. Coming on to the fifth type, which is the regeneration process. It is also a kind of asexual reproduction, wherein you can see the organism has the capacity to regenerate into a new individual from a fragment of tissue. Again, it is subdivided into 2 more types, which includes morphollaxis and epimorphosis. In case of morphollaxis, from the small fragment a whole body is formed. Example include hydra. The second type include epimorphosis. Here the replacement of the lost body part occur, which can be reparative or it can be restorative. As you can see in case of broken tail of fall lizard, this is a lizard. When you cut off this lizard, this lizard has the tendency to regenerate its tail. This whole process is called as regeneration. There are some special types which you can see in case of asexual reproductions. Let us learn that one by one. And the first type in the special types of asexual reproduction include parthenogenesis. In this case, the female parent has a tendency to produce the young ones without the means of fertilization. It means there is no fusion of eggs and sperms, only the female parent produce eggs, and from these eggs, without the means of fertilization, a new haploid male offsprings are produced. So in this process, the female's eggs develop into embryos without the need for fertilization. This kind of reproduction is seen in case of insects, reptiles, and other certain animals. In case of plants, especially it is seen in case of roses and orange trees. The second special type of asexual reproduction is the apomixis. In this case, the seeds are formed without the fertilization, and these seeds are developed into the new parental plant, and the offsprings which are produced from the seeds are genetically identical to that of their parental plant. This case is seen in case of apple trees. And the third type of special type of asexual reproduction include vegetative reproduction. It allows the plants to produce new individuals from vegetative parts such as stems, leaves, or roots, and these vegetative parts are called as units of vegetative reproduction, which are termed as vegetative propagules. The example include potato, which bears this kind of eyes-like structure, and these eyes, when you sow into the soil, has the tendency to develop into a new potato plant. This is a ginger picture. Okay, when you sow this rhizome part of the ginger, you can see the new plant is coming out from the rhizome. This is in case of bryophyllum, wherein when you sow the leaves, they have the tendency to develop into a new plant. So in case of agave, when you sow these bulbils into the soil, they have the tendency to develop into a new parental plant, new offspring or new plant. So basically what I'm trying to say here is the individuals, the units of the vegetative reproduction has the tendency to develop into a new parental plant, not parental plant, new plant. Okay, and all these are the examples of the vegetative reproduction. So that's it, friends. In this lecture, we have learned about the asexual reproduction in case of living organisms. So we'll meet you up with the next upcoming lecture. Till that, take care of yourself. Bye bye.